Okay, we are live on NDL Weekly, week 5. And I am your host, Renee, because Jason is,
Sure.
he's a wuss and he couldn't make it because,
Yeah.
he had tattoos and couldn't handle it. So we're taking it on today. And we got Adrian and we got Mitchell, the full name, not just part of it.
Yeah, full name tonight.
Wow, that's pretty fancy. And he looks tired. How have you guys been?
Good.
Been good.
Pretty good.
Been great. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun to watch the Packers live.
Yeah, you had great seats. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun to watch them. Rams, not so much.
No.
That was sad.
Well, they don't have any receivers.
You probably had a
No.
good time watching the Rams 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that would be better, but yeah, it was kind of fun. So have you guys been to a game this year?
Nope.
Not yet.
You going?
Like, Thanksgiving week, I'll be going.
Who are you going to see?
I think Indianapolis. We get it's my wife. My wife's work gives out 2 tickets a year, either 1 or 2, and we usually get the leftovers. Because the person that owns the tickets usually goes to the better games and then passes it out. So yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I guess any game is a good game.
I'm going to the Packer-Niner game
Nice.
on November 24th.
That's best of both worlds there.
Yeah, my parents are actually flying out to go see the game. They're flying from San Francisco to visit me and go watch the Packers play the Niners in Green Bay.
Nice.
I enjoyed Lambeau very much.
It's really cool. It's a really cool stadium.
It was good.
Except for December, right? Maybe.
I think that's when I went. It was like
January.
Degrees.
That reminds me.
Yeah.
I want to show you guys something.
Okay.
Right on.
All right, off he goes.
I'll have a sip while we waiting.
Why not? What you got?
It's just bourbon. Willet bourbon.
Okay.
So I wanted to get some jerseys for my parents because they don't have any jerseys. They've never been to an NFL game before.
Oh, that's fun.
So they didn't have. I was going to get my wife a jersey, my mom a jersey. No women's Niners jerseys on NFLshop.com. They had like Joe Montana, Trey Lance. Like
what?
That was it. They didn't have any women's selection. So I went on eBay and I found these jerseys. Now this is his old number.
Very cool.
I've got the whole one. Hang on here. How do I? I don't need this virtual background anymore. It's killing me. My room's a little messy. I got this jersey.
Nice.
Okay, now it's his old number, which is fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is a knockoff jersey. But I think it looks real. Does it look fake?
The numbers look a little different.
Yeah, the numbers look different.
Where's your Ayuk jersey?
Here's my legit Kittle jersey.
That's significantly different.
Yeah.
Well, it is the throwback number, and this jersey is 4 years old. So
where's your Ayuk jersey?
It's up. I have it up on the wall.
Okay.
That's right. That was from you.
Yeah.
So Kittle from 3-4 years ago. Old Deebo Samuel in a throwback jersey. That's why the black lettering.
Okay.
$28 for this.
I guess it could be.
Oh, that works for somebody who will wear it once.
$28. Stitched lettering. Stitched numbers.
Nice.
So I actually bought 3 others.
Very nice.
Not a bad knockoff, I think.
No.
Good carriage, right? Good carriage.
Yeah, it's got an NFL logo on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's got like that thing. It's trying to be as real as possible, but if you feel it, it doesn't quite feel right.
Does it have any of the words like grammatically incorrect?
No, I never even checked that. No, it's got Samuel.
Okay. 'Cause
NFL.
that's fun. Whenever I get like an American knockoff from China, it like has wording on there that doesn't go together.
The tag, so it was new with tags. The tag was in French, which I thought was kind of funny. But so I got this one. I got a Christian McCaffrey, a Fred Warner, and a Brock Purdy one.
Nice.
My wife and parents, and those were all, because this is his old number. It was $28, and those were 43.
Nice. That's
Okay.
the way to go.
Same. Like, I'm like, oh man, I might never buy a real jersey again. If I can get a nice high quality knockoff, sign me up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The good thing about that is, you're saving money. And in my case, you buy a jersey, like a Clowney jersey, and then he doesn't play for the Texans anymore.
Yeah.
Or a D-Hop jersey, and he doesn't play for the Texans anymore.
You're not out.
Like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'll buy a $50 knockoff.
Agreed.
Every day of the year. So I'm pretty jacked about the game that I'm going to. I'm very excited about these jerseys.
Sweet.
As well.
Okay. So let's get started. Who's got GA?
I have GA.
All right. Let me, you want to start with trades?
Yes.
All right.
There is one now.
I'll share
There
my
wasn't
screen.
There wasn't any before tonight, but
We've got
earlier
two.
this afternoon. Oh, we got two. That's right.
Okay. Can you see that?
Not with my eyes, but
I know,
is there a way
seriously.
to blow it up?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to do that. Oh, is that better?
There. Oh, yeah, that's better.
I didn't know I could do that. That's cool. All right.
Sweet. That's good for us.
Oh yeah,
So we
much
had
better.
two trades. I was thinking about the other division. Oh, the other one we had trades too. So I'm wrong. So we have two trades. We had that's Ryan, right? Miami.
Yes.
Okay. So Ryan gave up Njoku and a 25-second to Ash, and Ash gave up Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I know that Ryan needed a quarterback because he had Tua.
Yeah. And this isn't really a tight end premium, so a good tight end is good to have, but yeah, if you need a quarterback, that's important.
I don't know. I think, does Ash he has Patrick Mahomes, so he didn't need Sam Darnold at all. But he also has Kyle Pitts and Kate Otten, so I wonder why he was I don't know.
Well, I think this happened before Kyle Pitts actually had a game.
Oh, okay.
Because before that, I don't think he did very much.
Kyle Pitts.
So it was a good move. I guess if you not putting much trust in Pitts, this could be his one and only decent game, and then he might just not show up anymore. But hopefully not.
Don't say it out loud.
I think Kirk seems to be kind of coming back into his stride, like a couple of weeks now that he's really rolling. So I think we might get like at least 75% Kirk.
I think so too, just because I think he was kind of taking it easy on his planning and throwing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he feels more comfortable now.
Yeah, I agree.
Making those throws. Yeah, 509 yards of it.
That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
Did they win that game? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
I think they're doing pretty good.
They had to have won that game. I gotta look at it.
I think they did.
Yeah, they beat. Oh yeah, it went to overtime. It was last Thursday. Falcons over Bucks.
That was a fun game.
That was fun.
I really enjoyed all of it.
We're more worried about the fantasy points than the team's points, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. You can't remember who won.
I know Kyle Pitts had a good game, and so did Kirk in London, but I don't remember anything else.
I don't remember the score. All
right.
So we had that trade, and then today, because I think I'm retooling in this team. I thought I really had a shot to do something, but it's not happening. So I'm gonna try something different. So I gave up Brian Robinson and ended up getting Pacheco in a 25 second,
That's
which will
good.
probably be late second from Jason K, because Jason K is trying to compete. So
I think it's a great trade.
I love it.
yeah,
I think both teams are winning.
yeah. Braxton is killing it in my division, and so is Earl. So I'm like, man, that sucks.
All right. Want me
had
to
a shot.
switch over to the game day screen?
Let's go to standings first.
Standings. Got
I'm
it.
gonna go over standings real quick, and
All right.
so the kind of exciting thing, by going through some of these standings and looking at scores, a lot of the teams that were on top took an L this week. So kind of opens the door for other teams to make moves and try to help their team out. Or I can
Renee, if you scroll up and go to home, and then click that, and then go to league standings on your top menu bar there. I think it's just a little more condensed. I don't know if that helps you or not. That's so different than what mine looks like. So I never even knew that you could look like that. Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. How's that?
Perfect.
Readable?
Perfect. Yes. That's so sad. All right. So we have AFC North. We have Ash and the Cleveland Browns. They're 4-1. And then right behind them, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and Brian S. at 3-2. They're kind of close. Now, if you look at the points for, Brian has 492 points for the year. So, and he's well ahead of Ash. Ash has actually the third lowest points for in that division, and he's sitting at top at 4-1. Go figure. So, but Ash actually took a win this week, so he will be 5-1. Brian S took a win too, so he's on Ash's coattails, and so it's anybody's game still in that league, at least with those two teams. If we look at AFC South has Houston CJ Jones at 4-1. And right on his tail, we have Tim and Indianapolis Colts at 3-2. We look, and CJ is killing it. I mean, he's got 561 points for. He's got the highest points for in the whole conference.
That's
so
crazy.
he's doing real well. Now CJ won, but is it going to be easy for you to switch the game down now, or we can do it after? You can go after if it's easier.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tim's game was still going on. So he was playing, I think, Tony. So we'll have to see. And they got Tim, I think, has players playing tonight. So we'll have to see how that ends up when we switch over.
Okay.
And now AFC East, this is the interesting one. So we have Renee and the Bills.
Yeah, I lost because I came up against the London Kirk, that situation. So
yeah,
I lost.
So and then we have Ryan at 3-2, and we have Joe at 3-2. But guess what? They both lost too.
Oh my gosh!
You have a chance. So it's kind of interesting. You look at the points for. You're at 377 points. Ryan's at 442. Joe is at 515, and they're at 3-2. But they both, like I said, they both lost. So you're safe at the top another week. In
Absurd.
the AFC West, we have Las Vegas and Rizzo sitting at 4-1, and we have Zach at 4-1, and we have Tony coming in at third at 3-2. Well, guess what, Tony, you might have a shot because Rizzo and Zach both lost.
Nice.
So they'll be at 4-2. It gives Tony a chance, and like I said, Tony's either it's Tony or it's Tim that has players playing tonight. But we'll check that score after we go over the NFC side. So NFC North, we have Casey and the Lions at 4-1. And then we have Super Van in Minnesota at 3-2 on his heels. Van took a loss this week. And Casey, he has Noah Gray. His game's not over yet, so there's a player that's playing. I didn't write down if he has Noah Gray or the person that he's playing against has Noah Gray, but they were pretty close in scores. So we'll have to check on that game and see how he's doing to see if he actually won or took a loss and gave Van an opportunity to try to catch up and stay close with him to take the lead. So it's pretty close. And really, most of these divisions, it's first and second, it's kind of real close. So nobody's kind of broke away yet. In the NFC South, we have Kyle at 4-1.
Kyle.
And then Jason
He better not have
W
good running backs on his team.
at 3-2. And guess what? Kyle took a loss this week. Kyle lost this week. Jason won. So they're going to be tied for first.
I love it.
And I did hear from Kyle about inquiring on a player. So it sounds like he's going to try to beef up his team a little bit. But of course, I sent a message back to him and got ghosted. So he was actually after the same player that I did the trade with Jason. So you snooze, you lose. You know, you got to be, if you say something, if you DM me, I'm pretty quick. I'll respond. Come on. Stay there for a little bit. I'm going to answer you. Let's get it done. Don't ghost me. But, I sent him a trade offer, and he still hasn't answered my DM. So what's going on, Kyle?
Can't be ghosting Adrian like that, Kyle.
No.
Exactly.
Bad form.
All right. So NFC East, we have the Giants and Cole at 4-1. And we have Thomas Bradner, Tom, with the Cowboys at 4-1. Both of them won. So Cole still has a game going on, but I think he was still kind of out of reach. The game was kind of out of reach. It would have took a lot for him to catch up, but I think they're pretty safe. So they're pretty much got that division set right now. I know Jason made a move, so I think he's going to try to make a push. And, it's still early. You can still make a push, especially if your DH isn't doing bad. You can still make a push. It's not over, really, because we still have a lot of games to go. But you got to be doing something. You got to be making moves. You can't just sit there at the same team scoring the points you are, unless you're scoring a lot of points, and think you're going to make a move. So move in your division. NFC West, we have Braxton at 4-1 in the San Francisco 49ers. And then we have Earl at 3-2 on his tail. Braxton's scoring a lot of points. He's got a pretty solid team. He's got the highest points for in the division, in the conference, I mean. And he actually won. Well, it's close. He was down, but he has Kamara. So we'll have to see how that's turning out. And then Earl is at 3-2, and he actually won. So we'll have to see how that plays out. So with that said, let's go to game day, and we'll see how those two
All righty.
teams are doing.
Renee, who's joining us?
I'm doing game day. Just a moment. Do you want the main screen like this one or?
The main screen, yeah, that's going to show I think the most active or most current score, as long as it's refreshed. The one on the right still shows the old score. So if we look at, let's look at Indy and the Chargers.
What do you mean by trying to join us?
The cat.
Go.
Oh, this is Zuzu.
Zuzu.
So can you go to details? Click on details next to it's the third one down. Indianapolis Colts and Los Angeles Chargers.
It's pretty teeny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Let's see. So Tony has one person going. He's got Worthy, and he's still down. So he pretty much needs a touchdown. We can get a touchdown from Worthy.
He just had a offensive pass interference on him.
Yeah, he didn't catch the ball though. I don't think.
No.
But they're close. They're right.
Yep.
They are in the red zone.
Yeah, if it goes to Worthy, then Tony will probably get the win. But if not, I think Tony. I mean, he's what, 8 points down?
Yeah.
So I don't think he can do it without a touchdown, right? I mean, it's already third quarter.
Yeah.
Almost fourth quarter.
Yeah, probably.
Almost fourth quarter. Oh, interception.
Uh-oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very big man is running.
Yeah. All right, so we can go back and let's check out Braxton, San Francisco, and Tampa Bay. Adam Yeager and
San
Braxton.
Francisco and Tampa Bay. Okay, there we go.
All right, so that's getting close.
Ooh.
So let's see who's on the left-hand side. Yes.
This would be the one that's still
Braxton.
Francisco.
Okay, so Braxton has Kamara. He's 7 points down.
Oh, that's possible.
So, yeah. He needs some receptions, right? And if he gets a touchdown, yeah, Braxton has it. But if I mean, they're just now going to the fourth quarter, so it's going to be close. But yeah, so if Braxton doesn't do it, he's going to be tied. Earl's going to be tied with him for that division lead. So I'm happy for Earl. He's doing good. I mean, he's made a lot of moves. He's made a lot of trades in this past year, and his teams are really doing good, except for one that we'll talk about later, where he left Jamison Williams in his roster on his lineup.
Attaway Earl.
And didn't get a backup for him.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, what game now?
That's it. Oh, I was going to say the high points. Chad in Carolina had the high points for the week, 170 points. So that's strong. He's actually coming along pretty well.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's the wrong league. That's the wrong league. That's 32. I didn't have any high points for GA. So, GA, you suck. That's it.
All right.
All right. Where are we going?
So we're going to head to JB next. Who's got JB?
I do.
All right. Let's see here. Trade. You want to head to trades first?
You can go to game day. There was one trade that has been completed, but it won't actually show up.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it. I tried to make something happen before the start of the podcast. So me and Brian, who's the Falcons, I traded away. I'm not competing. Neither of us are competing. I'm trying to compete, and it's just not happening. But I'm still going to trade like I am competing. I traded away Anthony Richardson and Jaden Reed for Jordan Love and a third.
Anthony Richardson
wow.
and Reed for wow.
I am just out on Anthony Richardson. I don't want to ride that ride.
I agree with you.
Seeing 50% completion percentage. I'm seeing injuries. I just don't want to sit on that anymore. I'm tired of it. I really like Jaden Reed. I would have loved to have Jaden Reed and Jordan Love together. But I wanted to make a trade happen, and I was like, screw it. I'll go get Jordan Love. I love Jordan Love. I think he's going to be in the league a lot longer than Anthony Richardson. So maybe an overpay, especially if Richardson gets his crap together and turns into Josh Allen. It's going to look like a bad trade in a couple years, but by that time I'll have made so many good moves, it won't even matter.
Oh, will you now? What do you think of that, Zuzu?
That's what you got to do sometimes. You got to overpay, and then that way there's no back and forth.
I would never overpay.
It's an accept.
I love Jordan Love so much. I'm not a Packer fan. I just love Jordan Love.
I was within feet of him.
That is so cool. That is awesome. I think that's great. I might have to get a Jordan Love knockoff jersey to put under my Niner jersey just in case. So that was the only trade, and that happened literally an hour ago.
Nice.
I've got 2 games basically to talk about.
Okay.
And there's just not a whole lot going on. We had Chicago versus Seattle, which is Nate versus Nilo.
Let's see.
This is what look for these 2 teams. Okay. Nate, he's Chicago, second lowest score in the entire league this week, 109. And he finds a way to get a dub. I can't believe it. I don't even think, I think he made some questionable lineup decisions. If you look, I think JSN is on his bench, but he started Cortland Sutton.
Well, he was against the Raiders, so there's a chance.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of that lineup choice. He had Darius Slayton, which I don't fault him for not starting, right? But with the second lowest score in the whole league, he somehow gets a win. He beats Nilo. Nilo's team is hit the injury bug. Neither of these teams are competing. I think they're 2-3 and 1-4 before this is in. So Nate might move to 3-3. Nilo's moving to 1-5, something like that. Both of them have 2 first-round picks for next year, so they're definitely looking to next season to make some moves. I don't know what Nilo's going to do. I think he's got Rashee Rice. He's got Isaiah Pacheco. He's got Jonathan Taylor. There's some nice pieces on both of these teams, and it's just not enough to really compete for either of them. I just thought this game was interesting because it was the lowest score and the second lowest score. And if I told you were going to have the second lowest score, you would not be expecting a win that week. So a little surprise win for Nate. Nilo was going to lose to everybody. This is just a little extra salt in the wound.
Okay.
Second game we're looking at, we're going to head to the AFC, and we're looking at the Steelers. Todd, looking at you, versus our very own Jay Williams. Now, this is a still happening game, which is why I wanted to talk about this one. You got Pat Mahomes, Alvin Kamara, and Noah Gray all playing. They need to get 10 more points to get a dub.
I think it's going to happen.
It could happen. Patty Mahomes not doing us any favors with that interception. But Alvin Kamara, maybe a few catches, maybe a couple garbage time check downs. He could end up with 6 catches for 30 yards. Mahomes, he's going to lead them down the field for a winning something or other, probably. Something to ice the game. Noah Gray, it's honestly amazing that he has 2 catches for 29 yards at this point. So take that 4.903 and run. So the Steelers are, I can't remember who they had in their DH, but I wrote down that they likely won their DH. This is a hot team. Todd is killing it with a DH win, and maybe he scrapes the wins against Jay. Jay is 5-0. He is split in his DH after this week right now. So he could move to 6-0. He could be 5-1 with a DH game in the balance next week. So definitely an interesting guy to watch. See what he does. I love watching the percentage change on every play.
Right.
Like MFL knows what's going to happen. But this game is a complete split right now. Todd is just begging for some Kamara touches and some maybe Mahomes rushing yards. I don't know, something. Mahomes passes to Noah Gray. That's what he wants. Very, very interesting matchup. Both of these teams are very solid. Like I said, Jay is undefeated. I believe he's the only undefeated team in the league. So Todd is trying to knock him off. That's all I got for JB. I looked at those two games. I did not go super deep into standings. We can flip to that if you wanted to, but not a whole lot.
Okay.
It's last week, I think.
All right. Did you want to see the standings or?
No, it's all right. People
Okay.
are winning. People are losing. It's a lot of fun.
One of the fun things about JB was that I played Kyle, and
won, right?
it looked like I won, but I didn't because Neighbors didn't play, and so he substituted Mooney, and Mooney had 35 points, which means he beat me by less than 2 points.
Oh,
you know.
So I got a little pet peeve, and I understand people are busy, and stuff like that. But we knew Neighbors was out. Why not just put him in the lineup? And I just don't. Sometimes I don't get it.
I misspoke,
Backups.
And I just want to give all the flowers to Casey. He's also 5-0. I said Jay was the only 5-0 team in the league. Casey's 5-0 in the NFC. Jay 5-0 in the AFC.
Got it.
Just doing good work, Casey. Keep it up. Todd.
All right.
I hope you can pull out a win.
I needed Kyle to lose, so I was really kind of happy, and you saw that John made a remark, and I was like, "Ooh, that's a deep blow," but didn't realize that there was a backup. So I thought he was poking at Kyle.
Okay. So we're going to now go to SF2. We're just bouncing around, but this way we each get a chance to kind of present here. So let me throw it up. SF2. So these are the standings. There were no trades.
Oh my goodness! Just a low week for trades.
Yes. So in the standing, we have some, let's see. Oops, it took me off it, didn't it?
We can see standings still.
You still can? Okay, because it took me to something else. Okay, so for the standings, we have in first place for the AFC North, Roy is currently, this is the only one that's kind of not decided. So when we go and we'll look, we'll see Roy is playing CJ, and we'll see who wins that one to find out if Roy moves ahead or stays in the same place. But Roy's doing pretty good in the AFC North. In the AFC South, the standings will remain the same with Earl in first place, but he's going to move to 4-2. And then in the AFC West, we have Los Angeles, which is Ash. It will be moving to 5-1, and he is starting to run away a bit with that division. Let's see here. And then moving on over to the NFC, we have in first place, Nick is the only 6-0 team, and his team is killer. So it's going to be very hard to beat Nick. Also, a killer team is Luke's team in the NFC South. He has Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay remains in first place and starting to split off with a 5-1 record. And then in the NFC West, Seattle Rizzo is still in first place, but not for long. He's 5-1, and I am now moved to 4-2 with my amazing score this week. So I am creeping right on up. So let's take a look.
Before you switch to that,
Yeah.
man, look at Nick's points for. He's like almost 100 points over.
It was like 700,
the
wasn't
other
it?
one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
710.
That's insane.
That is
Yeah, it's a
crazy.
little nuts. So, all right. So the game day. Let's see here. So the one that's currently still in question was Roy. Let's see, and Roy is who was Roy? Roy was Cincinnati. So Cincinnati is not even close.
Who does he have? Because Carr just threw a touchdown.
Say it again.
Carr just threw a touchdown
Oh, nice.
Who did he throw it to?
to Foster Moreau.
Oh,
Let's see here.
Todd was hoping for an Alvin Kamara.
Right, I know.
Yeah, Derek Carr
Yeah.
is 19 points. And his other one was Chris Olave, who's only got 1.4.
Ooh,
Yeah, Chris Olave is killing me, man.
quite the letdown.
Isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I haven't watched enough Saints games to really get why it's so bad. But it's really frustrating. So we'll have to get some scoop from Roy on what he thinks is happening there. But the one thing I wanted to show was, let's see here. No, it wasn't this league.
Almost beat Ash, except for
Yep.
Ian Worthy. Tried, but it didn't work.
I said, are you Cleveland?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Ash.
he had Worthy.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
something Worthy
is only
didn't do.
5 points right now. So
Yeah,
Oh, he missed the extra point.
did he?
yeah, he did.
Not that it super matters. They're down 3.
So that is SF2.
All right.
So before we start the next round, I wanted to ask your guys' opinion because
Sure.
things have just been so weird this year. If you were going to rank the top 5 drafts, if you were going to redo the rookie draft, who would you take for the first 5 if it was not a super flex? Now, knowing what you know.
Any particular position or just anything?
Nope, you've got pick 101 through 105. Who are you buying?
I think 2 of the original top 5 are still in there. For
But
sure.
what order? Who's 101 now that we know what we know?
I mean, I could see an argument for both. Probably Neighbors because he's had a quicker start. But if somebody says Junior because Neighbors is injured, I'd be like, that makes perfect sense. I think that's the 1-2 though.
What do you think, Adrian?
I think Neighbors definitely ahead of Harrison Jr.
You think he'd be 101?
Oh boy, I think it'd either be that or Jaden Daniels.
Think so?
Daniels. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking real good.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. Daniels
good.
is hot stuff. So at least I think we all agree that those 3 would be in the top 3 in some order according to what everybody's roster or their desire would be. But those, you wouldn't go wrong with any one of those 3.
No, not at all.
So who would be right after him then with the other two picks?
Ooh,
I think Brian Thomas Jr. would be 4 or 5.
yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
You're welcome.
He's been great. Jacksonville still sucks, and he's been great. I don't know about the other one though. I don't know who the 5th guy might be.
I'm thinking, depending on how things play out the next couple weeks, it could be Worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh, Brock Bowers.
I think we still have time before they sort out their problems in Raider land.
Okay.
But
We had a nice
I see where you're
game this
going.
week. Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to business then. So who's your other team, Mitch?
NFL.
All right, let me pull that up.
This one we have some trades on.
Yeah, we do.
Some trades between
You're
co-hosts.
welcome. Yeah.
All right.
Love BTJ.
Yes. Yes, you do. I did too, but I couldn't sell Kirk, unfortunately.
Yeah. You were
I blame Jason.
You should.
Jason
Alrighty.
W. because he kind of talked me into
Into the trade with me?
into selling BTJ.
Oh. Well, I mean, who knows what'll happen. All right, so let's start at the top. You got Ash giving up a 3rd-round pick to Wes for Jacoby Brissett. Ash did not have a QB to start this week, so that is a spot start. Give up a dart throw rookie for a QB to start. Ash did end up winning, and I don't actually think he needed Brissett's 13 points to do that, but active player, getting a full lineup in, not just laying down and taking it. Well done. And then we got 2 trades here, both involving Adrian. I think the bottom one happened first. This was last Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Adrian hits me up, says, "Hey, what do you want for AJ Brown?" I said, "Well, I really want a startable. I'd like at
Worthy
least one."
just scored.
Oh, that's fantastic news.
What happened?
Worthy just scored.
That had to be
Oh,
a
sweet.
bomb, didn't it?
3-yard rush.
A 3-yard rush.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, they
Juju
cruised
just
down
had-
the field.
Yeah, Juju had a long reception.
Oh yeah, he did. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. That is
that
is-
worked.
you should bust in every time something like that. That's fantastic. I got a lot of worthy shares. Adrian's like, "What do you want for AJ Brown?" AJ Brown he played week 1, had like 20 fantasy points. You know, he's 27. He's like theoretically could have 2 years of prime, like prime, and then another 2 years of like slightly less than prime. Like he's in here. He's going to be in the league for 4 more years as an elite receiver. I said, "Why don't you give me Kyron Williams and Brian Thomas?" He's like, "Oh, big ask." He sends this trade: Douglas, Sutton, Thomas, Williams for Williams, AJ Brown. I take accept on that. I'm trying to win. I need guys I can start. I love AJ Brown, but I can't play him. Can't play him. He's hurt. So, and Kyron and Brian Thomas, I like a lot. I like Kyron a lot, and I don't think BTJ is going to be AJB. I don't think that's his track, but I like him. I like him a lot.
I like
He
it.
looked good last week.
Yeah, he was great. He was great last week. Yeah, he was great.
He put up AJ Brown numbers.
He did. So I'll take it. And then Adrian turns around, says, "You know what? I got to make another trade. In fact, I'm gonna go find Earl. I'm gonna trade with Earl." And Adrian gives up. We got like a full-on team swap. Not really.
For real.
He gives up Baker Mayfield, Keon Coleman, Devontae Walker. I wrote in my notes a nobody. I've never heard of Devontae Walker.
He
He's a
actually
flyer.
He's a flyer.
Yeah, he is actually nice coming out of college at a North.
Okay.
North
All right.
Carolina.
Was he drafted in like the 4th round or something? 3rd round? Is he a UDFA?
No, he's kind of one of those fast people that the Ravens took.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So not
And the Ravens haven't figured out what they're doing yet, so who knows?
Yeah.
a step above a nobody. Christian
Pretty
Watson,
much.
who might as well be a nobody, and a 4th round pick. I'm always curious about 4th round picks, how they end up in trades. Like, is that really moving the needle for somebody? Is a 4th round pick someone's like, you know what? I hate that.
I think he either countered or I sent it, or no, he sent me this off.
If I throw a 4th round pick in there, it's almost always because I know it's not a great trade. And I'll be like,
yeah,
I'll toss you a bone.
And have some 4th round.
Have a 4th rounder on me, kind of help.
It was the deal breaker for sure.
Yeah, like I can just see Earl looking at this trade. He's like, you know what? I really like it, but I won't accept it unless I get a 4th round pick in addition to everything. And Adrian, Hemming and Hahn, I don't know. I like next year's draft class. It's deep. And he throws it in anyway. He gets Kirk Cousins and Terry McLaurin and a 1st round pick. Correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian. I don't think you're necessarily looking to compete right now. Is that correct?
Well, I was trying. Yeah, but
you're a tough division.
Yeah, my score, my PF is pretty nice, but I keep on going against teams that have a higher that score more points than me each week.
I was trying to come up.
I was trying to come up against the last team. Yeah, sorry. I went up against the team that's tanking this year in Zach, and he just beat me tonight.
That's
with Juju and Mahomes. So
that's a tough spot to be. Sorry for your loss. I was coming up with a word for that when you get schedule screwed, and I came up with I can't even say it. Like the first half is scheduled, the second half is screwed, but it doesn't sound like screwed. It's like screwed. Well, it's like there's a
whatever.
So then I was like, okay, that's not good. That's not interesting. So I came up with scroodled. When you get scroodled, and that's Adrian. That's actually going to be sneak peek. That's Ryan too, getting scroodled. When you get screwed by the schedule. So
what screen next?
How's that?
What screen would you care for next?
You can go to game day.
All right.
And you can click into, if you would like to, the Tennessee Broncos matchup. This is, I just love finding these games where nobody's scoring any points. So this was Rizzo as the Tennessee Titans, a division leader versus John. I believe it's John Lake. I not sure which John, to be honest with you. I just wrote down John. And he's also a division leader. So these guys are winning their divisions. If I told you had Josh Allen, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, DK Metcalf, Mark Andrews, and Deontay Johnson in your starting lineup this week, you probably would have felt very good. And Rizzo, no doubt, feels good because he knows he stole a W because he played John, who put up 48 points. The NFL is not a particularly high-scoring league. I believe it's half PPR, so you're not seeing, it's single QB, half PPR, relatively small starting lineup. You're not seeing these 160, 170-point weeks. But still, 61 points. Not great. Yeah, and he lost his DH already. So I don't know. I think he moves to 5-1, but he'll lose his DH, so he'll be 5-2. You just won't see that extra loss till next week. Still leading his division, so he's still in a good spot. But maybe this is cause for concern. Can't be putting up 61 points on the reg, Rizzo. John, you also lost your DH. You had a couple of bagels on your team. I gotta say, a couple of bagels. If you scroll over so I can see John's team again.
Okay.
The point totals over there. When I say you got a couple of bagels on your team, I mean guys that are putting up 0 points.
Like Jonathan Taylor, who's not playing.
Taylor, not even active. Okay. Khalil Shakir, he just got bageled. He's a bagel boy. I don't know what to tell you.
He didn't even play.
He
was out too.
Oh, okay. So, John, you're the bagel boy. In all fairness, you only had you could have started Khalil Herbert, who also bageled. You could have started Gerald Everett for an extra 3 points. It wouldn't have mattered. You were losing this no matter what. What you really should have done is promote Tyrone Tracy. I don't know how you were supposed to know about that and play him. But you know what? That's how it goes. John, start looking to next year. I don't know. Maybe we got to move on.
I can't wait till I play you.
We got to move off of JT. You can't be the bagel boy all year long. Okay. So John, even though he's leading his division, he's going to move to 3-3. He lost his DH, so he's 3-4. That extra loss won't kick in until next Wednesday, probably. The other matchup we're looking at is the Redskins versus the Lions. The Redskins or Washington. I always look for RED. It's WAS versus DET. Detroit. Hey, there it is, all the way on the other side of the screen. Fantastic. Redskin Ryan. Okay, I probably shouldn't say that. Ryan and the Redskins. Ryan has the most points for in his division. Scroodled. Okay, he's getting scroodled. He's got lots of points. Got a nice looking team. Jared Goff, Stevenson, Swift, who's coming around. Olave looks good on paper. So does Waddle, Kincaid, Slayton. I mean, there's pieces. But he keeps getting scroodled. He's just not catching the right matchup.
Look at all the buys.
Yeah, this was a tough week for buys, no doubt. Dallas Goedert.
Bye.
Yeah.
Well, he started Zach Wilson, right?
Had to.
And just started Zach Wilson.
But this is where you go and you do what Ash does, and you trade a third for Jacoby Brissett. Yeah. You give yourself somebody. You got to be.
Or get this, there just might be somebody in his division that has like 90 quarterbacks.
Oh, Ryan?
Would that be Renee?
What is this I hear?
I have all the quarterbacks.
Renee wants you to win. So Ryan, you got to be a little more.
All the quarterbacks. I have Justin Field. I have Herbert, Gardner Minshew, Rodgers, Tannehill, Tyrod Taylor, Deshaun Watson, and Russ Wilson.
Those were
Aiden O'Connor
for you. But Ryan, even though you have the most points for, I think it might be time to move on. Maybe move some pieces to some fringe teams. Look in John's division. Oh wait, no, that's a different conference. Don't do that. Move some pieces to some teams that think they can compete. Find that 1-5 team that's trading for Jordan Love because they think they have a chance, and take advantage of them. Van, who I don't know Van's last name, but I just put Super, right? Super right. Van.
Which team?
Lions. Yeah, back to the Washington-Detroit game. Do what I did. Say as I do, and do as I say. Get rid of Anthony Richardson. You've got Baker Mayfield. Sell A-Rich for something that can help you out. Maybe get a tight end. I don't know if Njoku, Gerald Everett, maybe not doing it. Probably don't do Anthony Richardson for a tight end straight up. That would be disgusting. But you've got some great pieces. Don't throw in the towel. You've won your DH already. Okay, so pad the stats. You're getting 2 wins this week. You're staying alive. Hang in there. But I think you should move Anthony Richardson and before he's unmovable. That's what I got for NFL. Too many bagels. Too many bagel boys out there.
Okay. Adrian, who you got? Cool. 32?
I have 32 and we have 3 trades.
All right. Pulling them up.
A lot by the same people. I would like to say one thing before we get into this league.
Yes.
Jake, what are you doing?
Did you see? Did you see the chats?
Be nice.
I'm looking at his team and I'm like, come on, at least try to tank a little better. You know, I mean, he's tanking for sure. I mean, we know that, but you know, be a little more, you know, into it. You know, at least try to put something together. You know, to look like you're actually trying to actually put a lineup in. My goodness.
They
But,
did get a lineup in. I messaged CJ because I was playing him, and I was like, "Hey, I know you're tanking, but you submit a lineup."
who, Jake?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jake,
because it doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's your PP.
it's all about PP.
But if you're starting somebody that's not even playing
Yeah.
because you don't have anything else, it's just, I don't know. Come on. I don't play that way. I guess other people do. That's their own prerogative. That dog don't hunt for me. So we got Jason made 2 trades, and Jake was involved in all 3 of these trades. So the first one we have on top, we had Jason W. gave up Caleb Williams and a 25 second for Marvin Harrison. Thoughts?
I hate
Yes.
Jay having it.
Jay
Yeah.
was not supposed to be competing this year.
No, he's in my damn division, and now he's trying to get all these assets.
Oh,
And
he is. And he is. Yeah.
Like, he's winning. There was a lot in the Discord about that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Jake and CJ could have moved back on draft day to the 3rd overall from the 1 overall,
but they changed their mind.
and got way more than.
But they changed their mind.
Yeah. So
that's fine. That's fine. Everybody just let it go.
I don't know. I don't understand.
All do it different.
I just don't get what has changed since draft day.
It doesn't
6
matter.
weeks ago to now.
It doesn't matter.
It's just it's an interesting. Nothing of these values of players has changed. There's no additional information about next year's draft class that we didn't have 6 weeks ago. It seems like you could have got more. Seems like you could have got more.
I don't even think you played Caleb this week. I think he's on taxi, right? Or no? Maybe not.
I don't know.
Well, if you're taking him, you don't want to take him off taxi.
Yeah, Jay. No, he's.
I don't think Jay had him on taxi, did he? Maybe
he did because Jay has Kyler Murray and Justin Fields, so he must have had him on taxi because he's on taxi for the Steelers right now.
Right. Well, hopefully you compete next year, Jake.
Yep.
I'm rooting for you to compete. So then Jake went ahead and gave up Chris Godwin because he didn't want his points on his team. And then he ended up getting Devontae Adams and a 1st-round pick. So
that's a good trade.
Yeah. Sure, he didn't want Devontae Adams points either, which he's probably not going to get any points for the next couple weeks. And
yeah, who knows?
Get traded. So
yeah,
so not a bad deal there. And then he turned around and gave up Nico Collins to Jason Williams for Tank Dell and a 25 first. So he's getting some picks. Hoping you'll be competing next year because I hate to see it. I hate to see your team this year. So hopefully you're competing next year. I'm rooting for you. Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that Jason got Nico. I mean, you're probably happy for it, Renee, because Nico
only because of the hamstring.
Yeah, and they changed his status from day to day to week to week.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound very good.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So.
Well, but he wasn't doing anything with Tank either. So.
Yeah, but Tank actually did something this week. So, and Tank will be. I mean, with Nico out, Tank's going to be more involved. So.
I hope so, because he was the bomb last year.
Yeah, but them getting. What's the name? Kind of
Diggs.
His opportunity, yeah.
Yeah. And CJ's not doing as well.
No. I don't know what's going on, but it's just his pocket presence is different than I remember last year. It's just, I don't know, it's weird.
Well, I mean, remember Baker Mayfield had the rookie record.
Yeah.
And then the next year, So you just never know.
But he just, last year I remember him dropping back more. Now, if you watch him, he like stays in that pocket and doesn't. I mean, unless somebody's running after him and then he's got to escape. But he's expecting those quick passes and they're not always there. So it's interesting. I don't know. I'm just glad they won this week. So all right, so we'll go to game day.
That was a great win.
Standings.
By the way,
it was pretty nice.
That was cool.
Yeah, all their wins are so close. It's just it makes my hair grayer every week. It's because they can't blow anybody away. It's just it always comes down to letting them catch up and then last minute field goal or whatever. So it just sucks. Let's go to standings real quick, and I'll kind of run through the standings. And let you know who's
Oh, you want to do it this way. Okay.
So starting off with the AFC North, we have Braxton in Baltimore. Their game is ongoing, so we'll have to check to see in a little bit to see if they won or not. We have, good Lord, I can't read my writing. Oh, he's going against Tim, so we'll have to see if he wins or not. AFC South is the one I wanted to kind of point out because that's right. A very interesting division. We have Jason W at 3-2. We have Renee Jacksonville at 3-2, and we have Troy Tennessee Vultures at 3-2, and then we have poor
Bill.
Bill, is that Bill's team?
It's Bill.
Sitting at the bottom at 1-4 by himself. Looking at the 3-2 teams, everybody won. So you're going to have to deal with competing and being the same again next week. Jay made some moves, so he's trying to strengthen his team, although he's going to be without Nico. But who's going to take it? We'll have to see. I haven't seen Troy make any moves. So we'll have to see. And he needs to make some moves. He's at 358 points for. So look at, the guy at 1-4 has 380 points. Come on, Troy, you got to do something if you want to compete.
Well, and look at our conference win-loss. We're all tied with that too.
Yeah. It's very close. So somebody needs to pull ahead. If we look at the AFC East, who do we have sitting at top at 5-0, moving to 6-0 because he played the one and only Jake and the Pittsburgh no scores.
Ooh. That's a tough
he's
name.
6-0. Yeah. So Mitch is sitting at top, 6-0. And then we have AFC West. This is real interesting too. We have Rizzo in Las Vegas and Ash in La La Land. He's going to have to be in La La Land a little bit longer because he took an L and Rizzo won. So Rizzo's going to be a couple games ahead of him, depending on the DH. So Ash will always compete. So, and it's not over. It's still early. So anything can happen. But they're real close on points for PF. And they are outscoring everybody in the conference. So 2 tough teams there in the AFC West. So they could keep on winning. So let's jump over to the NFC. NFC North. We have Thomas in Minnesota. 5-0. We'll be going to 5-1 because they took a loss this week. Behind him, we have Joe in the Green Bay 6-pack. I needed him to lose, but he didn't because of a technicality of a rostering position. So he actually won. So he's moving to 4-2. So there's going to be a two-way tie. Two-way tie? Is that right? No. Tom's still going to be in the lead at 5-1, and then Joe's going to be at 4-2, 1 game behind. So it's going to be real close in that division. AFC South, we have another 3-way tie. The South is something's going on in the South.
Hurricanes.
Yes, because the AFC South and the NFC South, we have a 3-way tie. So we have Todd at 3-2 in New Orleans. We have Adam Yeager, Tampa Bay Raiders. No, Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 3-2. And then we have Carolina Castaway and some guy's name of Chad, which we've never heard in Discord or anything. I think I've seen him once. I think he's Bill's friend.
When he joined the Discord and he waves hi.
Yeah. But we don't hear much from him. But he's doing a good job. So looking at it, Todd took a loss. And then Adam and Chad won. Chad actually had the high points for the week at 170. So it's going to be Todd moved down, and now it's Adam and Chad's division lead for the time being. But I'm sure Todd has a good team. He is a good owner. He'll be back up there, but he's going to have to try a little bit harder. In the NFC East, we have Earl and the Philadelphia Hex and Tony, the New York Giants, both at 3-2. Both took a loss. And John at 3-2, I think his game is still going on, so we'll have to see if we're going to have a 3-way tie in that division too. But yeah, Earl, come on, you're better than that. You'll know in Discord because he forgot to take somebody out that was on a bye, and he ended up losing when he should have won, but he just was busy. Earl's a busy man. So NFC West, last one we have Dave in the 49ers at 4-1 and Brandon at 4-1. Brandon actually took a loss and Dave won. So Dave's going to take sole possession of the lead in that division, and he's blowing everybody away with his points for in that division. So he's got a real good shot to win that division. Good job, Dave. With that, let's go to game day. We have a couple close games. We have New England and Baltimore. Just Tim in Baltimore. Tim and Braxton. Let's see, it's 3 minutes in the fourth quarter. Where are we at?
Yeah, and
It's on the
Carr
left-hand
is
side.
out.
Car's out.
I think so. I think he went to the locker room.
Yeah, he is. He is
Oh,
out.
really? So I think Tim needed Juwan Johnson to have a great game. That didn't happen.
8 points isn't bad for a tight end.
Yeah. But I mean, he needed a great game from him. So I don't think Braxton had anybody going tonight. No. So yeah, Tim just needed a big game. Not going to do it, Tim. Braxton, you're going to stay on top of your division. Great job there. And that was the only one that was still kind of ongoing. Everything else is in the books.
Okay.
More trades. We need more trades, definitely, so we can talk about trades.
We have some
Especially the
close-
teams that are, that
there's
are
some
close.
ones. Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
All righty. Then let me pull up SF3.
While you're doing that, the Todd versus JW game in JB. Currently, Todd has 141.953, and Jay has 141.954.
Are you
What?
kidding me?
Yep. And basically, Alvin Kamara needs to touch the ball one time and not fumble it.
Okay. They have the ball.
Todd should win, but Patrick Mahomes got sacked, and that was minus a quarter point. Todd was winning, and now he's losing by 1/1000th of a point.
And that's why Zach does the weird
Three
digit.
digits, because we don't want ties. We don't want that here.
That is a trip. Okay. So
Okay.
let me
Oh,
share.
Kamara just missed on a reception.
Okay. So we have a couple of trades.
Ooh.
The first trade that took place was Zay Flowers and DeAndre Hopkins for Rashee Rice and Luke McCaffrey. And that is let's see, the Texans are, I want to say Braxton. Braxton. And the Browns are
Cleveland co-owners. There's it's Kyle's cousin.
Is David Tessier.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what do you think of that one?
I know the Browns are tanking. I mean, they're building. They're playing for next season.
Sure.
So
what do you think about Hopkins and Flowers for Rice and McCaffrey? Which side would you take?
I think Flowers and Hopkins is a nice.
probably Rice.
I would go the right side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking right side.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Luke McCaffrey is actually getting. Yeah, he's getting some play.
He's the wide receiver 2 for the team currently. Behind McCaffrey. Behind McLaurin. It's the mix. All right, and then we have a juicy one.
Yeah, a lot going on.
We got Bo Nix, Travis Etienne, Keon Coleman, Xavier Worthy, and a third for CeeDee Lamb, Rashad Bateman, and Rico Dowdle. Chargers are
That's me.
you, and Joe is the Raiders.
New owner of the Raiders.
New owner of the really? Joe made it in.
It was Jason K's team. Now it's Joe's team.
I was unaware of that.
And Kamara just got a reception.
Boom. So it looks like Todd will win that game. That's an interesting trade there, Renee.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I hear what you. I think I probably overpaid, but you'll know why when you see my roster.
I think. I don't know. I think we know what CeeDee Lamb is. He's a top 3 receiver in the NFL.
Except for this past week.
Week. But like his whole career,
up and coming.
He's great. I look at trades like this, to me, I'm kind of like, it was CeeDee Lamb for ETN and I don't know, Worthy Coleman. I don't know where those values are. I think I'd rather have CeeDee Lamb versus trying to figure out if I should start Keon Coleman or Xavier Worthy on a week to week. Personally, I like the CeeDee Lamb side. I don't know if Bo Nix is a factor. I don't know if the third step is a factor.
Yeah, he looked good this week. And he needed a quarterback.
Talking to the wrong person.
Go ahead and pull up his team. He needed a quarterback pretty bad.
Whose team?
Pull up the Raiders first. So he had
is that Anthony Richardson? It is.
Yeah, he had Richardson, who was out. He's got Levis, who's out or in may lose the job. And he's got Minshew and O'Connell. So, and of course he's got JJ McCarthy on injured reserve. So,
those
kind of needed
quarterbacks.
Those
are trades that, like, you make. And like if you look at his, like it's not Xavier Worthy, Michael Pittman, Mike Evans, Tank Dell. Like I mean, it's not like he gave away his only stud for like he's still got that's still a solid team.
No, I think this made his team better.
Yeah, you fill the gaps. I love when you've got because now you can start ETN and Derrick Henry. When HN and Mixon are healthy, you don't need to start. You can start whatever. You can start Mike Evans and Michael Pittman, Xavier Worthy, and that's it.
Yeah,
Because you have such
I think
depth at running back.
I think I gave up a lot because I think the evaluation I had on I think was probably pretty close to 4 firsts. I think.
Oops.
Was
Yeah,
Keon?
you can go to the Chargers. Keon's I mean, apart from Shakir, he's kind of the outside receiver. And once he builds up, I think, rapport with Allen, I think he'll be pretty good.
You have CD and Jamar Chase
And Nico.
and Nico
And Puka.
and Puka. Oh, gee.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
And Brian Robinson.
I don't have Brian. Oh yeah.
And then
So I wanted to go out and get
Jeez Louise.
somebody.
Go get a tight end. Anybody.
Holy cow.
No, I think I'm fine. I don't know if I have enough resources now to get a tight end.
Trade all 3 of those guys for.
Oh, and you have Tyrone Tracy down there.
Yeah.
And Roman Wilson. Okay, he'll be something next year.
Willie?
Yeah.
That's great news. Because I took him in 1 league.
Jeez Louise, Adrian.
Yeah, Kentucky hasn't looked bad. But yeah, this is my only share of CD, but I wanted to kind of build up my receiver room. And I didn't want to get rid of Puka.
I would say you did just that.
Yeah, so we'll see how it ends up.
I was thinking about it today. I don't think I've ever had like a top 3 or top 5 receiver on a fantasy team. I think I've never tried to get one. I've never drafted one. And it was like
shocker. I have no first next year or 2026.
Right.
But the big names, Chase, CD, I'm always like, I don't know if I want to pay for them. But then people win when they have those guys in their team.
I'm going to try to compete just because Zach's in this division. I'm really trying hard to compete and just, I'm going to kind of shut him up.
That sounds good.
Hopefully.
All right. So we've got the standings in the AFC North. We got John is with Pittsburgh is in first place. And we'll look and see how they're doing right now. They're playing you, Adrian. So Pittsburgh and you are playing. Who's winning that
they
one?
Won. John.
They did?
John, he beat me. Yeah.
All right. So he's going to move to 5-1 then.
Yep.
So he's pretty much got a lock right now on that division for a moment anyway. Cincinnati's only a game behind. All right. And then in AFC South, 6-0, Braxton with the Texans. And you can see why, trading the way that he's trading right now. Doing pretty good there. And then in AFC West, we got Kansas City. Did he win? Yes, he did. 5-1. Or no, he lost, but it's 5-1. So Zach is leading that division as well.
He lost. Did he lose?
Wait, I can't remember. I put in the. I'll look at the game day, but I already have the standings updated.
Okay.
In the let's see here, in the NFC West or the NFC North, we have 4-2 is Rizzo, and let's see, and then it's still not necessarily splitting up there, but there's still second place is now going to be Mitch Detroit's moving into second with 3-3.
Yes.
Yeah, because I believe.
Did everybody lose? That's such great news. I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
And then Tampa Bay in the South is 5-1. That's Dan
Dan.
Cummings.
Yep.
Tampa Bay's kicking it.
Yeah, they are.
And then
look at that points forward.
Crazy. I mean, 200 points a game, essentially.
It's nutty.
That's crazy.
773. Good Lord.
And then in the West, we have Tim Robertson with the Rams. He's 4-2. But yeah, and then I am still damn last place in my division.
What are you going to do?
And where's that? You got it. There's 2 of us that scored well over 200 points. Where is it at? Game day. Home. Game day. Check it out. We got
6 to 197.
check that out.
Holy, 266.
I know. It was
What?
very fun. And Tampa Bay has 244.
Yeah. Seems like he's been scoring that every week.
This was fun. That's him.
Oh, yeah.
He's got all kinds of goodies, but did he have Kirk?
Yeah.
No, he did not. 55 points. And Drake London was 35, and Darnell Moody was 35, and then 30 for Tucker Kraft, man. I'm telling you,
That was crazy.
That was crazy. And then Trevor Lawrence did well this week because it was his birthday.
Good man. Attaway.
But Tampa Bay, their team is just crazy. He's winning so much. He has Lamar and Geno, Jordan Mason and Brian Robinson, Jamar, Justin, Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson. It's crazy.
That's a banging wide receiver core.
Yep.
Now I don't think he has, let's see, injured reserve. He doesn't have much on there. So Jordan Mason is a loner. So that won't last too much longer. Well, maybe it will. Who knows? But that wide receiver room, oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. And the thing that really stinks is I scored 190 points and still lost.
Oh yeah.
That's brutal.
This is a crazy league.
Yeah.
Seems
like I've been doing that every week, scoring a lot of points, but the person I'm playing scores more.
I love the juiced up leagues where there's just
is this what you? Yeah, look at that.
197. Almost 200 points. Lost.
Should have started Rashad Bateman over
CeeDee Lamb.
Zach Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, obviously he's the most. I mean, I would have told you that.
Right?
You can't start CeeDee Lamb.
He scored more points than CD, I think, this week.
Now he's going against Pittsburgh. Come on.
All right, so that's our leagues this week. That wraps up week 5, and so I think next week makes it halfway through the year, which is creepy.
Isn't that insane?
Halfway.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and we've got some Bimageddons coming up. There's some crazy ones. Next week's going to be rough with all of the. I forgot it with the pull up the buys. Let me see here. NFL bye weeks. So next week is the Chiefs, the Rams, the Dolphins, and the Vikings. That's going to be crazy.
Wow.
I know. So
right.
It's going to be a lot of weird teams and a lot of really crappy players playing in the lineups, I got a feeling.
I got one question, one player. Get your opinion.
All right.
What do we do with Waddle.
Oh, I'm trying to
What are you
trade
doing?
him.
I mean, you can't really trade him because you're not going to get, probably much for him, right? I mean, right now,
I would.
until Tua gets back. I mean, at least Huntley's threw the ball at least a little bit better this past week. Good Lord.
What was I? I think Waddle's
Waddle,
26.
I don't even think he's that old. Right?
5. Let me see. I have him in a couple leagues, and
Yeah, it's
I'm
rough.
not starting him. Yeah, he's 25. He'll turn 26 in a month. He's got 6 years of should be really good.
And especially Hill's not going to be around there too much longer, right?
I don't know. They were saying
Do you
at
hold?
the start
Do you
of
hold
2
him?
seasons ago.
Do you hold him? Do you sell him for cheap, or
Depends how cheap. I mean,
Well,
if somebody
think-
offered me Brian Thomas Jr. for Waddle straight up, I would take Brian Thomas Jr. right now.
Well, right, but that's different.
oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
you're better off. I think the chance would be to give to somebody who has somebody on IR that wants to do a swap or something, because you're not going to get any points.
Yeah, that was just the name that came to mind, and I was like, it's kind of a. Because we had so much high hopes for Waddle, but then again, who knows what would have happened if Tua would have stayed? You know, if he was still quarterback, Waddle may be doing good. But
I
does
don't know.
Tua come back in a couple weeks and wait it out, or do you try to get something for him?
Yeah,
You
you're
know, you're
probably
not
going to
going
have
to
to do
get as
that.
much.
Do you
Yeah.
take, Jordan Addison or Jalen Waddle?
I don't know.
Say salaries are equal.
I still think Waddle,
And then
just
it seems
because
like
Jefferson's going to be around there for a lot longer than Hill.
That's true, and Hill isn't going to be around forever.
I had said BTJ or Waddle. Both of you seemed like beat Brian Thomas Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
George Pickens or Waddle.
Pickens.
Really?
I don't know. That's a hard one too.
So it's like
With Fields.
It's like I don't like if that's where we're at with Waddle, where it's like we're taking George, we take George
Well-
Pickens, or we really have to think about it.
Worthy for Waddle.
That was gonna be one of my next ones. I would take if somebody
Are-
offered
are
me
you-
Worthy
are
for
you-
Waddle, I'd take Worthy right now. And
But you
I'm
don't want
trying
Waddle,
to
do
win.
you?
Only
What?
because of the salary.
I don't want Waddle. You said?
No, JB.
Oh,
JB.
oh.
I have Waddle. She's got Worthy.
I had Waddle and gave you Waddle.
I know. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
You're
much.
So
Now
yeah,
I'm cursed.
I'm not starting him. I'm trying to move him. I was trying to trade him to Zach, and he was like, "No, I don't really want Waddle at all. I had no interest in having him." Part of that was a salary, but like, even if he was $15, I think people would be like,
Do you pay a first for Waddle?
no chance, right?
2 seconds.
That feels too
Gino?
cheap.
JB.
Feels too cheap.
Gino?
You know?
You think 2 seconds is too cheap, but a first is too much?
I don't think anyone would give you a first for Waddle right now.
It's sad, isn't it?
It feels wrong. He was a wide receiver 7 or 8 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And he really hasn't.
Hello.
He's not done anything since.
All right, Adrian, we probably should
Yeah.
talk. I'll look at my stuff, see what we can do.
Rashid Shaheed or Waddle.
Right.
It's like, what are we doing? Yeah,
All right.
that's a tough player right now.
I
We're
wanted
at
to
an
throw
hour and a
the
half.
name out.
So we're going to sign out,
Good show.
and thank you all for watching, and looking forward to hearing what you guys think about anything that would, and what you would give for Waddle. Tell Adrian.
Yeah, he's for sale in 32 AFC.
All right.
well.
Bye-bye.